Hello, it's Gabby here for you. Before we jump onto this week's podcast, I just want to let you know about 2 ways that you can work with me. First of all, I do one-to-one coaching and I do that via Zoom, so we can jump on a Zoom call at a time to suit you. The second thing I've got for you is an online coaching course that's 12 modules that you can download straight away now. There will be a link somewhere around these podcast notes. And this is the course that I've designed, and it's got everything in it that I wish I'd have known when I finished cancer treatment and I was lost. So you can download that course now and you can start working towards making this your happiest and healthiest year ever. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know what you think. Take care. Bye-bye.
Welcome to Confidence After Cancer. I'm Gabby Mottershead, cancer survivor, coach, and creator of the Powerfully You programme. If you're listening today and wondering why life after treatment feels harder than you expected, please know this: you are not broken and you are not alone. I work privately with women who want to rebuild confidence, identity, and calm after cancer treatment ends. So if that's something you'd like support with, you can always book a confidence clarity call using the link in the show notes. Today, I want to talk about something that almost no one prepares you for after cancer treatment ends, and that is the hidden loss of confidence. Recently, a woman said to me something that really stayed with me, and she said, "Gabby, I used to be the most confident person in the room, and now I feel like I'm pretending." She had returned to work after cancer treatment, and from the outside, everything looked fine. She was doing her job. She was showing up to meetings. She was getting on with life. But inside, she felt completely different. Decisions that used to feel easy suddenly felt heavier. Speaking up in meetings felt harder. Speaking up in personal situations, just one-on-ones, was something that she struggled with, something she'd never struggled with before. And she kept thinking to herself, what has happened to me? Now, if you've had a moment like that after cancer treatment, you're absolutely not alone. I hear this from many, many women after cancer treatment ends and they start trying to step back into their old life, almost as if something has never happened to them. And I get that because, well, there's 2 reasons. Because when treatment finishes, everyone assumes that the hard part is over. You may have rang the bell. You may have gone back to work. You may have picked up your old responsibilities again in the home and the family. You may pick up your routines again, whatever it was you were doing before. And people often say things like, "Oh, you must be so glad to be back to normal." But many women quietly realise that something feels very different. They don't feel like the confident person that they used to be. And you might notice that you hesitate more in meetings. You might second-guess decisions that used to feel so straightforward. You may feel more emotional than you used to do, or you may find that work drains your energy far more quickly than before. And that can be really confusing because you might think, well, I've survived cancer. I've been through the hard part. Surely, why do I feel so less confident now? And I remember my husband saying to me, "Why are you so tearful? Why are you feeling so anxious? You've just beaten cancer. You've been through the hardest thing in your life." But afterwards, for me, that's when I fell apart. And this is actually a very common experience after cancer treatment. Cancer treatment puts your body through an enormous amount of stress. Your nervous system has spent months and sometimes years in survival mode, in a state of high alert. And that's your body being very clever trying to protect you. But you've had an onslaught of appointments, treatments, uncertainty, physical changes, emotional strain. You may, as I did, get quite friendly with people and then all of a sudden those people aren't around to support you anymore or to share experiences with anymore. Your friendships and your relationships may have changed as well. And that's something that I experienced. But your system has been so focused on just getting you through something that is so incredibly challenging. So when treatment ends and life is expected to go back to normal, your nervous system doesn't instantly switch back to the way it was before. It can feel more sensitive, more alert, more easily overwhelmed, and that makes things that once felt manageable, those things can suddenly feel so hard, so overwhelming, and so tough to deal with. But that's not a sign of weakness. That's not a sign of you failing at anything. It's a very natural response to everything that you've been through. There's also another layer to this that people rarely talk about, and that is cancer can change your sense of identity. Because before cancer, you may have been the strong one, the capable one, the reliable one, the one who handled everything, the one that people came to and relied on, the one that could multitask with ease. I certainly felt like that. Then during treatment, you've had to rely on doctors, hospitals, and other people to look after you. Your body may have felt unpredictable, like it's let you down, like you weren't quite sure what's going to happen next. How can you be walking about 1 minute feeling okay and the next being given a very serious diagnosis? How can that happen? Your energy may have disappeared overnight. And suddenly, the person that you knew yourself to be didn't feel quite the same. So when treatment ends, many women quietly find themselves asking a deeper question: who even am I now? And that question can affect your confidence in ways we don't always expect. Because confidence after cancer is not really about going back to who you were before, because life has changed. And you may have heard the old saying, no man steps in the same river twice, because it's not the same river and he's not the same man. And that's exactly true. Nothing is the same again. You've changed. Your circumstances have changed. Your health may have changed. Your body's changed. But for me, my priorities changed as well, and really quite rightly so. And I went through this big transition of not really being in one camp or the other. My old life, I wasn't ready to let go of it. And my new life, I was scared to embrace that because I wasn't quite sure what that meant for me. But building confidence after cancer is really about building a new relationship with yourself. And that, for many people, is the first time that they've actually had the time to do that, or the motivation to do that, or the reason to do that. You may have been somebody who put other people first. You may have got caught up in a corporate career or in relationships or in obligations that you thought you couldn't get out of. I had a very good friend who went through cancer who was in a family business, and she said to me, for years I wanted to leave that business, but I couldn't. But actually, cancer gave her the opportunity to say, no, this is my time and I'm going to put my priorities first now. And she did step away from that business. I'm not saying it was easy, but she found the motivation in the will to do it, working together. So when you think about your new relationship with yourself, it's a new relationship with your energy, no matter what that looks like. And again, if you've got less energy than you used to have, that's not weakness. That's understandable, and it's a phase that you're going through. You may have a new opportunity to look at your boundaries. You may have an opportunity to set some priorities around your well-being. And when women start to do that, something really powerful happens. Their confidence returns, but it often comes back in a different way. Less about pushing through, less about proving yourself, more about trusting yourself, knowing what you need, having that confidence and that certainty about what you need, setting boundaries that will support your health and well-being. It's not about being selfish. It's about some self-love and some appreciation for yourself. So allowing yourself to move forward in a way that feels aligned with the life that you want now. So before we finish today, I want to leave you with a question to reflect on. What would life look like if you stopped trying to go back to the woman that you were before cancer and started enjoying becoming the woman that you are now? So if you'd like support navigating that next chapter, I offer a small number of private coaching spaces. You can book a confidence clarity call with me using the link in the show notes, and we can just explore what that might look like for you. If this episode has helped you today, please share it with another woman navigating life after cancer, because confidence after cancer isn't about going back to who you were, trying to get back to that woman. As I say, that woman's gone now, but it's about becoming powerfully you in your next chapter. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. As always, I would urge you to stay safe and stay sane, and I'll speak to you very soon, my love. Thanks for listening.